Neurons. A new generation of robots designed for dot stores. Completely in a worldwide championship. Grow your team. Find the best strategies. Invest in new technologies. Trade neurons. Gather supporters. Gain experience, credits, boosters that will make you even stronger.
Hello, Neuronball fans, and welcome back to Neuronball Game Day, bringing games to you live from the Neuronball Stadium Studios. I am your host, Smooth Darkness, and today we are starting Round 6 action with our matchups coming your way. First off, I want to congratulate everybody that won their games in Round 5, but now we're going to move on to Round 6 as the Pyros are hosting the Psycho Penguins. Then after that, we have the Chicago Direwolves hosting the Infinite Strato. And then we have Colt Hughes hosting the Mad Ravens. And then after that, we have the Black Holes taking on the Geo Raiders. And then last match is going to be the Crimson Lions versus the Magisters. Hope you guys are ready for some intense action. As we start off with our first match here, it is the Pyros taking on the Psycho Penguins. All right, and the game is starting to get set. Both teams getting into position here. And here we go. Psycho Penguins moving hard to try to push it through the center. El Pyros pushing hard as well. Psycho Penguins able to get it over to the El Pyro side, moving deep. And there they go with the first score of the game from a nice and wide angle. El Pyros moving to try to get that goal back as quickly as possible. Good reset there. Psycho Penguins able to take a move and moving deep. Good block there by the El Pyros, but it's still on their side. Now it's back over the midfield. Both teams fighting for that ball. But Psycho Penguins taking advantage and moving towards the El Pyros goal. And there they go, shooting another one from another wide angle. Catching the goalie off guard and catching another goal. So now the lead is 2-0 for the Psycho Penguins. And now here they go. They're fighting near the goalpost there. EMP charge to move everybody away, but Psycho Penguins taking advantage, tried to get a couple shots there, but they missed both wide. And now El Pyro is having a chance, another EMP charge there. Good block there by the Psycho Penguins. Now El Pyros with their own block, moving it back over to the Psycho Penguins side. Psycho Penguins moving it over back to El Pyros. Good stops there at the goalpost by the El Pyros. Now moving towards Psycho Penguins. Psycho Penguins now having to defend. This game is turning out to be very fast paced, very intense as El Pyros getting a goal here, now bring the lead down to 1. Psycho Penguins trying to move forward, and there they go with another goal, bringing the lead back up to 2. El Pyros now moving to try to move that ball deep into Psycho Penguins territory, but Psycho Penguins able to move it to the opposite direction. Good block there by the El Pyros. El Pyros now trying to move it over from center, Now able to do so. And there they go. El Pyros trying to fight for it. Now it's at center field. Both teams fighting for it, trying to get it into the other's territory. Psycho Penguins pushing hard. And it looks like they're going to take the advantage here, moving it over to the El Pyro side, giving themselves another chance to score, but it's just too wide. El Pyro's getting another one to go in. Now the score is 2-3. El Pyro's trying to make a case to try to take this win here. Psycho Penguins putting on a lot of pressure as they move deep into the El Pyro's territory. Ball gets reset. The goalie is out of position, and therefore Psycho Penguins take advantage. And they score another one. Now the lead is back up to 2. El Pyro's down by 2 here against these Psycho Penguins, who have been taking advantage of getting that goalie out of position here. Good block there by the El Pyros. Now moving it over and scoring another one. Now the lead is back down to 1. Once again, El Pyros with a chance to try to get this game tied up with only a minute left in the game, a minute and a half. I apologize, but El Pyros still fighting hard. Psycho Penguins trying to push on to get another win here on their sheet. Another EMP charge moves that ball over to the El Pyro side. Psycho Penguins now trying to take advantage, pushing deep. Now in that top corner. EMP charge there. And there it goes. The EMP charge again. Moves the ball over to the Psycho Penguins side. Good blocks there by the Psycho Penguins to move it back over to the El Pyro side. But they're going to continue to fight up at that top corner. Goalie's just a little out of position there, but good job blocking against this attack by the Psycho Penguins. Another good reset. And then they go fighting up to the top corner again. Another EMP charge goes off. And there goes another attack by the Psycho Penguins over at midfield. El Pyros now giving themselves a chance. They're moving it towards deep into the Psycho Penguins territory. They got one bot that's down, but that wasn't enough for the Psycho Penguins to give themselves a chance to score. El Pyros blocking very well here. Try to keep that deficit down by 1 and give themselves another chance. And there it is. Now El Pyros have tied up the game with only a few seconds left. They have a chance to take this win, and they are not going to be able to do it. So this game ends up tied 4-4. El Pyros 4, Psycho Penguins 4. Fast-paced, intense game there. And now we're going to move on to our next match, which is the Chicago Direwolves taking on the Infinite Strato. Infinite Strato was the developmental team that was set up for the Chicago Direwolves, basically allowing for the Direwolves to recruit from a home state team and be able to develop their team as best as they can. So now Infinite Strato trying to make a name for themselves as their own standalone. Chicago Direwolves pushing hard against this Infinite Strato team. Infinite Strato doing very well, and Chicago Direwolves scored the first goal of the game. It is now 1-0. Infinite Strato now being able to push as they try to get an answer back with their own goal. And they're going to be able to as they score with the Chicago Direwolves goalie being out of position after an EMP charge. And now the Infinite Stratos, are going to try again, but good defense there by the Direwolves as they continue to push through. Game is now tied 1-1. Direwolves on the defense, and it looks like Infinite Strato is trying to take advantage of the multiple resets and just keep the ball around that goal so that way they could continue to attack. And they're going to keep blowing through different holes from the formation of the Chicago Direwolves to give themselves chances. Good blocks there by the Direwolves as the goalie was out of position. And there goes another score for the Direwolves. It is now 2-1. Infinite Strato now on the attack once again. Good block there by the Direwolves. Another couple good blocks there as Infinite Strato tried to take some long range shots, and there goes another goal for the Infinite Strato. Now tying up the game once again. Another shot wide by the Infinite Strato, trying to take the lead, and there they go. They take the lead for the first time in this game. Like I said, they're trying to submit themselves as a standalone team, and there's another goal by the Infinite Strato, totally taking advantage of that EMP charge, which knocked away the goalie for the Chicago Direwolves. And now the Direwolves are trying to push through and see if they can get some more goals here to try to tie this game up against their, I guess what they would call their lesser counterparts, but it's not going to happen. Infinite Strato taking another shot from a wide angle and making it, bringing their lead up to 3. Direwolves struggling here on offense against their developmental team, which honestly now, as they're playing, there's another goal here for the Infinite Strato. Infinite Strato really making a name for themselves as they've been giving belt to ass against this against the heavy favorite for the league. The Direwolves are just struggling here against their, I'm gonna say now, their sister team or their brother team, as the Infinite Strato is absolutely dominating them right now. It is now 6-3. Infinite Strato continue to lead. Direwolves still struggling to get some offense going here. Infinite Strato with the reset there to keep that ball close to the goal. And it looks like the Direwolves are still going to struggle here with their offense. Decent defense here, but the EMP charges definitely did not do the Chicago Direwolves any justice as Infinite Strato continue to push through, keeping that ball deep in their territory. Now Chicago Direwolves with another chance to attack, but good defense here by the Infinite Strato. Good block there by the goalie. Four Direwolves pushing deep into the Infinite Strato territory, but great defense there by the Infinite Strato. Good blocks there. Multiple shots blocked by the Infinite Strato goalie there, and they continue to make a case for themselves as a standalone team. And with less than a minute left in the game, it looks like the Direwolves are going to take their first loss of the season. And there goes another goal by the Infinite Strato, now bringing their lead up to 4. Infinite Strato really making a name for themselves here, taking down the heavy favorites of the league with another goal here. Now their lead is up to 5 with about less than 30 seconds left in the game. 20 seconds, I should say. Infinite Strato are going to do it. They're going to take down their main team, the Chicago Direwolves, in spectacular fashion with a score of, it looks like, 8-3. And the Direwolves have suffered their first loss of the season against the Infinite Strato. Those are the two epic games that we just watched, especially watching our heavy favorite go down against their developmental team and them making their name for themselves. Be prepared because we got some more games coming your way in part 2.